Good afternoon, everyone. If there's anybody here right now, it is kind of early in the day for me to be doing this, but hello. Are you here, Mark?
I think it may just be me.
Oh, we do have an Avie here as well. Hello, everyone. 10 minutes. 10 minutes until the Guerrilla Collective starts. We've got indie games. Lots of indie games. I should probably update the bingo board on the stream because I haven't updated the link for that yet. Where are we? There we go, indie game bingo. That should be updated now. I'm doing pretty well today. Did have a little bit of a sit outside in the sun while it's still out, but I'm back inside now and covering the video games. Just turn the stream audio up a little bit. Let me get the mirror of the stream up on Discord as well. Stream audio is crackling. What do you mean crackling? That's not good. Hold on, let me just listen to my own stream. The audio from the Guerrilla Collective is crackling.
Ooh, yeah, it is, isn't it?
Oh dear, why is it hang on, let me just turn the capture card off and turn it on again. Is it still crackling now? Okay, I guess the capture card was probably just having a moment, because I couldn't hear the crackling locally on my end. You know what happened overnight? There was a Windows update, and it added the weather to my taskbar. So I'm guessing this may have been a service pack update, which might have potentially broken something. I hope it hasn't broken something.
Wait, what the fuck? The weather's on my taskbar. I didn't tell it to shut down and update. I told it to hibernate. Why is it shut itself down and update?
It should now be mirroring the video feed to Discord. So.
Okay.
Also, considering I checked my own stream on Twitch, I'm quite impressed at the latency at the moment. It was getting 2 seconds. I don't know whether something has changed in Twitch within the past month. Yeah, I'm on version 2004, and I got the weather bar.
Why is the weather bar blurrier than all of the other text on the OS?
I never noticed that until I put my face right next to it because I don't have my glasses on. Yeah, I'm still on 2004 because I'm worried to update because I don't want anything to break the capture card. I'll update when I guess whenever the 20H1 update, whatever it's called, whenever that update gets forced on me. Because it's not being forced at the moment, it's just an optional update. I'm still getting like regular security updates, so... When I go to Windows Update, it does have a button that asks me if I want to update to the newest service pack, and I just ignore that. Yeah, those bingo cards should be up to date for this segment of the stream.
So, what are you expecting from today's E3?
I mean, there was already one major thing leaked, and that was from Ubisoft's.
Yeah. To be honest, I did see a huge leak earlier, which was a massive list of unannounced games.
Ooh.
But here's the thing, because most of those games weren't sequels, I have no idea what any of them are.
Right.
They mean absolutely nothing to me, so nothing was spoiled except maybe one, and I won't mention it in case it's a spoiler for anyone else.
Yeah, I'm not going to mention anything that's coming up today. Even if I do know things that are going to happen today, I'm not going to mention it because I don't want to spoil it for other people.
Entirely fair.
Although chances are people have probably read about the major one on Twitter already.
It's been kind of unavoidable.
Yeah.
Speech, what is it?
But I guess if you're not up to date on social media, then you're fine. You can join the excitement with us.
La-di-da, lucky you, Face. You've been outside for most of the day. I'm sorry, that was cruel. Still stuck in isolation. That's true.
I mean, yeah, I've been out in my garden today as well, because just the weather's nice.
I would maybe go out, but there isn't anything there of any value. For some reason, there are 3 sheds.
Move the sheds out of the way. Just pick them up and move them.
Well, then I've just got 3 sheds in slightly different position.
But yeah, today I am covering Guerrilla Collective, Wholesome Direct, Future of Play, Ubisoft, and Devolver. There are other E3 and Summer Game Fest shows going on today, although I won't be covering those live on Twitch. I will probably do like a recap in the Discord to catch up on them at some other point. Here we go.
What is poppin', everyone? Welcome to day 2 of the Guerrilla Collective.
Why are you in my right ear?
I'm so happy to be here. I'm your host, Justin Woodward, co-founder of The Mix, the Media Indie Exchange, and Indie
Get out of my right ear. You're not even stereo.
I'm with my co-host and beautiful friend, Alex Wilmer.
Oh, you're beautiful, Justin.
What's happening?
Are they using a positional microphone?
They're using a positional microphone. We're hearing them in stereo.
So many great games on day 1. I'm very excited to see what we have in store for day 2.
So much good stuff. Last week,
I bet it's a Yeti and they've got it on the wrong mode.
Games from Neon Doctrine, save some cuties in the Eternal.
I mean, everyone seems to have Yetis at the moment.
Upcoming games from Summit, as well as brought diversity to the mix, pun intended, with black voices in gaming. The Guerrilla Collective is a grassroots movement, funded and supported by devs and close partners down for the cause. It was initially started as a global coalition of leading game studios, publishers, and industry leaders coming together to help bring new announcements, gameplay, and reveals from studios of all sizes direct to game enthusiasts, all of you guys worldwide.
It's just the immersion. You can actually hear them from the position that they're sitting in.
Announcements, exclusives, and premieres, and then connect with our friends at Wholesome Direct to share the latest and greatest cozy games that will give you the warm and fuzzies all over your body. Before we get started, though, we have to give a huge shout out to our sponsors, and this is quite a mouthful. Shout outs to Good Shepherd, Humble Games, Tiny Build, PlayStation, Xbox, Kickstarter.
It's a lot of sponsors.
Oh god, so many sponsors.
Publishers, Too Awesome Studio, Akupara Games, All In Games, Goblin Studio, Graffiti Games, Head Up, Hype Train Digital, Neon Doctrine, Raw Fury, Thunderful, and White.
So many of them.
Games.
Good job.
I did it.
And we've also teamed up with Valve to showcase the games on Steam in order to support these devs. So be sure to check out the Guerrilla Collective event page on Steam, where you can learn more about these games, buy the games that are available now, and add the games to your wish lists for games that are not yet out. So check out Steam event page, which is on the Guerrilla Collective website, guerrillacollective.com. I barely made it through that.
It was good.
.com. Remember
Shout out
that.
to our broadcasting partners for supporting and hosting the stream. Twitch, Steam, IGN, and GameSpot. If it wasn't for your guys' help, this would not have been possible. But enough lip smacking and yakking. Let's get started with a few brand new exclusives.
Okay, my internet was having a little bit of trouble when I started streaming. I had quite a few drop frames. So the stream might go blurry sometimes. I'm just hoping it holds up.
It's indie games. Just pretend it's an aesthetic choice.
I'm Gina, manager at Lintheworks. We are so excited to be able to show you this gameplay sneak peek of Aragami 2, our second game, arriving September 17th on PC, Xbox
the
One and
volume of it
Series,
up 'cause it's
PlayStation
quite
4
quiet.
and PlayStation 5. Aragami 2 is a third-person stealth game where you play as an assassin with the power to control the shadows. As part of your clan, you'll have to fight the invader armies to protect your people and to find a cure to the evil that afflicts you. The main pillars of Aragami 2 are stealth in its core, all new combat mechanics, and a robust co-op multiplayer system. This goes along with a newly designed character progression, customization, and a wide variety of abilities and shadow powers, so each player can live this new story in their own way. Stealth is the heart of Aragami 2, and we wanted the player to actually feel like a ninja, to be fast and agile, to use the environment in its favor, and the shadow powers to feel more organic. Now you can navigate through the map in a more fast and responsive way. You can double jump, you can use dash and shadow leap while in the air, you can hold on the walls and ledges. The whole experience of character movement is fun and gratifying. We also introduced special stealth covers, so now the character can interact with the special props, like tall grass, bushes, and other vision occluding areas, in order to acquire special stealth behaviors and permitting contextual kills and KOs. As for the shadow powers, we maintain some of the original ones and added a bunch more, as well as abilities and items. Let's now check out some combat. Since Aragami 2 is a stealth game, we challenge ourselves to create a combat system based on supernatural ninja skills, which also encourages stealth over brute force. We thought the best way to achieve this was to give our character agile and skillful movement, which empowers subterfuge and stealth assault instead of a lot of strength, and also reinforcing the feeling of being outnumbered by the enemy. And that's all for now. Thanks for watching, and we hope to have you embarking on this journey on September 17th.
I like stealth games, so that looks like it could potentially be fun.
Yes. I'm more into pirates than ninjas.
Oh, did somebody say world premiere?
World premiere.
There you go, I did it. This is a side-scroller. Think of a mighty switch force. Oh, it's another Thunderful one.
Neat.
Yeah, it was a video game. Nah, it needs to be a way-forward game for it to have a Vert soundtrack. And also, yeah, I'm starting a new indie bingo board for every indie showcase.
Yeah, that was the plan. Lots of bisexual lighting going on here.
The tour.
I wouldn't call London a haven.
Should have added another thing for the indie bingo board where the game is based on the city the devs live in. That's very much a mark square. Crime.
Okay, so we've had a display of sensuality and then some weird corruption. Is this an Ice Pick Lodge game?
What's going on? Okay. Oh, this one. I've forgotten the name of this one. There's two of them that are the same thing.
You can't show me Indie Doom now. I'm still trying to process the previous thing. This
Bullets.
is too much visual
My
information.
name's Josh Sullivan,
Bullets
and
per
I'm a
minute.
designer on BPM Bullets Per Minute. BPM is a roguelike rhythm first-person shooter game where all of your actions and the actions of your enemies are tied to the beat of our epic rock opera soundtrack. Everything you do in BPM is tied to the beat of the music. This includes shooting and reloading your weapon.
Why did I not put FPS looks like Doom on the indie board?
See how satisfying that sounds? Your goal is to reach the end of our procedurally generated dungeons, collecting different weapons, abilities, and items each time you play. These weapons and abilities can radically alter the way you play, making each playthrough unique. As the enemies are also tied to the beat of the music, fighting them can become an epic rhythm battle, making you, the player, feel like you're taking part in the soundtrack itself through your actions. Clearing each room will reward you with loot. The better you handled clearing the room,
I mean, for this, I was expecting more of something
each
along
floor
the
has either
Doom
an armory
soundtrack.
or a library, where you can buy
This is,
cool new
like,
weapons
halfway
or find
there, but not really
exciting,
there.
game-changing abilities that make slaying enemies to the beat even more satisfying. You can also find shops to purchase useful items for your run.
Friend!
That is your friend.
Unfortunately, you cannot pet the bird.
Oh,
Each floor has its own boss and attacks in a unique way that you must learn to
I'm
exploit.
not sold on this game
to
anymore.
succeed.
Pet the friend to the beat!
That sounds like a rhythm game I can make. I'll literally call it Pet the Friend to the Beat.
I mean, it'd get a hell of a lot of views on itch.
Finishing off with a dramatic musical crescendo that you, the player, are in full control of executing. BPM is out now on PC, but is coming to PlayStation 4 and Xbox One this summer. We can't wait to see you slay the hordes of Helheim to the beat.
Hey, Squishy! Oh right, I forgot Platonic Friends was publishing that one. This is a very quiet trailer. Yeah, I'm really happy to be back. It's been a whole month. I've been miserable the whole month. I haven't been able to do anything properly, and I'm feeling a lot better now, which is good. Fikatori.
Exclusive.
Had to. Oh, come on, this song gets content ID. Don't do this. And yeah, I do have co-commentary. If you're in the Discord, you are more than welcome to come and join.
Hello, I'm co-commentary.
Yeah, this song gets content ID'd.
Is it Carl Orff? I know the Orff estate is very heavy on
I'm too lazy to put something on top, and it's not going to get VOD muted on Twitch. It's more YouTube has problems with it. I'll just edit it out later.
Hello, I'm Saul Davison.
And I'm Hannah Lee, and we are Humble Grove.
It's just commentary. Just say what you think about the games. We are going
No Longer Home is a story
at the
game
video
about
games.
graduating university and anticipating what comes next.
Yeah,
While
this is a
struggling
sad,
with
thoughtful
borders,
game.
self-identity, and longing for domesticity.
I mean, I could have just mashed exclusive over the song. I have the button set up.
In No Longer Home, you play as non-binary protagonists Bo and Zhao, who are based off Cell and myself. You'll explore an intimate flat filled with everyday objects, delve into Bo and Zhao's thoughts and insights, and mold your interpretation of the characters through branching, multiple-choice dialogue.
The events in this game are based off our own
Yeah,
experiences.
this counts as low poly as
And many
well.
of the characters and stories are based
So it
off
does.
people we know in real life. At the time, we were feeling disillusioned with
might even be
education,
minimalist.
disoriented,
I was
and not
thinking
sure
that,
what to do
although
next.
I'm not entirely
Blur
sure
and
what we're
Al
going for
try to
with
figure out their
minimalist.
place in the world.
When you put minimalist on the board, what were you thinking, Mark?
Good question.
Making this project, we wanted to celebrate the magic of everyday domestic mundanity, like having barbecues, playing video games, and staying up late just talking in bed.
Hannah and I started work on No Longer Home 6 years ago, after we graduated university. We met on the same course, and during the last year, we moved in together.
After graduation, I
That's a
unfortunately
cat.
had to go back to Japan.
Cat
How
is
do you
also
say
on the
goodbye to
board.
a place? We started making No Longer Home as a way to stay in touch, but it rapidly grew as we realized how much we had to talk about and all the feelings we had to process. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. No Longer Home will be launching later this year, so please don't forget to wishlist on Steam.
I think nervous devs more or less counts for if there's a developer on camera who doesn't want to be on camera, or if the developers are being interviewed live and they're
Arcana
nervous.
2 is looking so fantastic. I need some of that stealth action in my life.
Yep, and Fire Girl, that looks pretty unique too. Up next, we have some magic and swordplay popping off in the next segment with an update from a bona fide classic and a new entry in the hybrid puzzle and strategy realm. Guard your loot and upgrade your boots, because we're about to slap you in the face with a spike ball mace.
Bars.
Snick.
This is going to be a Souls-like, isn't it?
Snake and puppy. not really a fan of these kind of games, but visually I like the aesthetic. It looks nice. There's a lot of detail going on.
I'm just not a fan of the whole grim dark thing.
I guess you can't pet the snake. That's a shame. Bro. Yeah, 2D Souls-like counts for that, because that definitely did look like a Souls-like.
Yeah, they said when they had it on Kickstarter that it was inspired by Dark Souls.
Okay, well there you have it. Black Book?
Yeah, it's a story-driven game about being a witch.
Okay.
Oh look, more deck building. Oh god, deck building match 3. Oh god, deck building grindstone.
Demon's Mirror. Seems like something I would try out, and if I like it, I'll continue playing it.
Yeah, fair.
Now D&D.
Greetings, friends. Senior game designer Slim Grant here to talk about the Bard. Stylish and flamboyant, the Bard uses the magic of music to defeat their enemies and cure their allies. This twisting of song and magic created a versatile gameplay opportunity we felt was compelling enough to make this our next class. Whether dazzling their enemies with dancing lights, weaving in and out of the fray, or conducting a frenzied symphony of combat, the Bard never shies away from pulling out their instruments to string a few
Okay,
notes
but does
together.
it make Neverwinter
No matter
any
what
less
is needed,
dull?
a Bard is always ready to take center stage and perform. And when the day is done, their enemies defeated, and their allies safe, the Bard becomes a source of entertaining ballads and jingles that recount their tales of triumph. With that, we have reached the last crescendo. But fret not, for we are not at the finale just yet. There is more to this ballad that will be revealed over the next few months, so please, stay
Why are
tuned.
you playing Merrily We Roll Along?
Hey everyone, I'm Mira, a developer from Straka Studio, a small Slovakian-based company that is working on a game called Loot River. Loot River is essentially an action roguelike which is about shifting dungeons around coming to Xbox and PC. And I would like to show you a new gameplay video which shows you the controls of the game, a procedural generation used in the game, shows you some areas, bit of combat, and perhaps a new thing or two that you didn't see in the trailer.
Okay, let's actually take it a bit slower. Let's start. I'll show you some controls. You can
I guess
use
we're
your
having a deep dive in this game now.
responding to your pressure, and you can also dash.
It's sensible enough.
On
It's
controller with
one of those very mechanically heavy
right bumper.
games.
That's just
So,
time
Yeah.
so actually showing us how it works.
chains into combos. It used to be just like one attack before, but now it's like 1, 2, 3, fluidly.
Very
changing
quietly
combos.
showing us how it works.
Yeah, it would help if he owned a microphone.
Heavy attack, or what you could do is charge your heavy attack for special damage.
A microphone and closed captions would probably
there are
help.
different weapons in Loot River, and each is useful in different scenarios and has different properties, and you can do different stuff with. Let's go to the first combat area now, the Sunken Village. It's the first area where
I don't want to turn the volume up here because there's probably going to be something ridiculously loud after it.
By standing on the platform and dragging it with the right stick, upwards, downwards, or in any direction you want. And let's approach these enemies up now and lure them onto our platform. Yeah, one by one, if you will. Or what we could do instead is just like charge right in and do some heavy
Yeah, that would be nice if they did that. But I guess they may have just slapped this together at the last minute. Who knows?
Isolate them into parts we can manage, or we could skip them completely and go for the big guy here instead. It's very dangerous. So what I'm gonna do instead is just charge my attack and slam the platform into it.
Being organized doesn't seem to be a thing for E3 and Summer Game Fest.
The levels of Loot River are procedural, but they are handcrafted at the same time. What we do is design lots of smaller areas with possible connections and then let the computer assemble them and look for logical relations in between them. So even from small pool of objects, we're already getting some interesting variations in the levels. Enemies evolve for combat on the platforms. Some can even lock platforms together, preventing you from sliding away until you defeat them, gaining your ability back. Others might wield long-range weapons, able to jump platforms or cause devastating damage. However, most of them have a weakness. Hairy enemies burn really well.
It's me, I'm in the game.
You will visit many interesting places, obtain legendary weapons, meet unimaginable characters, fight them, and ultimately...
Sorry, mate, I couldn't hear you. Your boss is loud.
But those who persist can get even further, explore places never seen before, face horrors, and perish again.
Loot River really has me intrigued. I really like what they're doing with the combat and the Tetris-like platforming elements. So cool.
Yeah, and Demon Mirror has really great sound.
You're just, dude, you're just saying that because you worked on that game.
Yeah.
So what do we got coming up next?
Up next, we have some dark and sinister titles, starting with a physical release trailer of a gorgeous and deadly first-person action runner. Then we're jumping into a spoof on a beloved stealth classic and ending it with an exclusive trailer from our friends at Raw Fury.
Let's go.
We're talking about indie games here. A lot of indie developers probably don't have enough of a budget to make their own sounds from scratch. Quite the difference in volume we have going on here. They really haven't gone through the effort to normalize everything.
Enough! I'll handle things from here on.
So isn't that Spider-Man villain?
Did kind of look like Doc Ock. What I want to know is why they're advertising Ghost Runner now. Because, I mean, that came out last year. Oh, good point. That is a 3D platform.
I guess...
Alas, the Switch port has been out since 2020.
That's not a new Switch port.
Did it?
Os mesmos existem como absurda ad nuterum.
I guess it's a Switch. I guess the game didn't have a Switch physical release previously. Was it already available digitally?
Release date December 9th, 2020, according to Nintendo.
Okay, so it was available digitally. That's probably a new physical release then.
It does also say pricing unavailable, so I have no idea what's going on. That might be my VPN, actually.
Regardless, it was
no,
already on the
Switch.
Switch.
Corrupting
So.
every living creature. There is one that is immune.
Yeah, $24.99.
Who is this mighty hero? A slime? How can an adorable little slime?
What is this?
Or that? Wait, where did you get that sword?
What is
No,
this?
it involves slimes.
Shower? How? Ice breath? When did you get that? Now there are two of them? Alright. Slimes can be heroes. Grab a friend and save the world from oozy monsters and formidable bosses. Discover different weapons and create your own magical abilities to express the way you want to adventure in Slime Heroes.
Slime Heroes. It's not survival.
No, that looked like action RPG, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, are we going to get a release date?
Yes, Demon Turf. Are we getting a release date for this? Because I believe the final beta phase is next month.
Yep.
Next gen?
I'm so excited we could finally announce PS4 and PS5.
There's a lot of platforms.
Oh yeah, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, Nintendo Switch, Steam, Epic Game Store. Oh.
Basically,
They're coming to
you can play
everything.
Demon Turf anywhere.
Yep. But what is Demon Turf exactly? Well, Lucy, take it away.
Sure. So her goal is to take on the Demon King, who pretty much owns his place. Tall order, right?
Yeah, it's on Steam as well.
He's been challenging her for a while now. Her best friend Midgie is also part of this epic quest. But enough of all that. Let's check out some gameplay, yo! Sizzle real time.
Can't believe we're having a VTuber tell us about this game. I'm so excited to stream this.
Beavis' moveset in Demon Turf has a lot of depth.
Yeah, for sure. It's all about combined moves to feel badass.
One of my favorite examples is this tower climb. The different ways you can skip so many parts of it.
Things really heat up though once you unlock the turf moves.
Oh yeah, yanking enemies around, rolling down highways,
soaring through the skies.
Combine it all and you get to see runs like these from our incredible speedrunning community.
It still blows my mind every time.
Mm-hmm.
There's been some
some
very impressive speedruns shown off of Demon Turf Trials, which is basically their speedrun thing that they have available for free before the game comes out.
That's neat.
Bring it on.
No release date.
Dang.
Shame. It's a very speedrunnable game, so I'm sure it will most likely eventually be at GDQ. Oh, I've played this. Arietta of Spirits. This one's a nice one. Yes, they are hand-drawn. This game is very cute.
In 1972, a crack commando unit threw me in a prison for a crime I didn't commit.
You're under arrest for a crime you didn't commit.
Did somebody play Metal Gear?
I guess the Unepic guys are doing a Metal Gear parody.
Hey, buddy, I have no paper.
Here you are.
Actually, I think we have seen this before. This rings a bell.
You stole a one-eyed man's patch? That patch turned out to be handy to create a lethal weapon. What were you gonna shoot? Pebbles? Depleted uranium balls.
This was at the previous Guerrilla Collective, I think. Like last year.
I mean, Unepic didn't really age badly. It was awfully written at the time.
The sewer was infested with assassin rats. Felt like I was a huge chunk of cheese.
Who's there? Damn cat. Who's there?
Another cat!
Look, the landmine! Wait!
It's kill or be killed.
There's your Undertale. Could have turned into Battletoads music. I guess that counts as like popular game indie. Oh, Raw Fury is really publishing a lot of really cool things.
Hey, this is Matt, developer of Severed Steel, and I'm here to talk about some cool ways players have been playing the demo I released. So this level, you're typically supposed to kick that door open and deal with all the guys in the hallway. But players found a way to use the arm cannon to carve a hole to the left of the door like you saw, which gets you into this hallway. It's a little bit safer, and there's some nice weapons to find in there. A player did this cool thing where they throw their weapon down the hallway and then fight through the hallway. By the time you're at the end of the hallway, you're low on ammo or you're out of ammo, and you have a loaded weapon.
Raw Fury also published the Raccoon game. I have a lot of respect for them.
Players have been doing cool stuff with manipulating AI. So you saw I just got wrecked kicking down that door. But if I use the audio perception of the AI to kick a wall, lure them over, you can set up ambushes.
Like all these devs that are basically saying, "Come break the way we designed the game."
So that's been a really useful technique. There's one stunt in the game that I didn't actually include in the tutorial, and that's the ability to jump and kick off walls. And on my Discord, players have been sharing really crazy footage where in rooms like this with a really high ceiling, they are jumping and kicking off enemies to get loads of airtime they can use to get really stylish kills.
Break our game. We'll embrace
it. In arcade mode, you get points for stylish kills, and getting that airtime and killing enemies upside down really can rack up your score. I didn't expect players would figure out more advanced stunts like this, but there's a lot of really cool footage of
Never underestimate the players.
How players figured that out. And in one last clip, you could see some content that wasn't featured in the demo. A lot of players asked for enemy outlines to help discern them, so you can see I've added them here. And players asked for a double shotgun, which you see I'm rocking right now. I hope you enjoyed this preview of Severed Steel. It's slated for PC release late summer of this year. And if you like what you saw, definitely give it a wishlist on Steam. If you are a console player, there are also PlayStation 4 and Xbox One releases planned for shortly after PC. Thanks again.
I have to say, if you don't know how to make a trailer, that's an excellent way to avoid making a trailer while still giving information.
Yeah. Hello, Sable.
Let's just say Sable was an exclusive.
It did say exclusive, although this is probably an exclusive trailer, I guess.
No, this isn't minimalist. This is just cell shading.
Does this one have a release date already?
Thank you so much, Raw Fury, for that.
It's another indie game that comes out on my birthday.
Up next, we have an exclusive reveal for one of the most bloodiest sprite-based action platformers I have ever seen. We will check in on a dark and beautiful pixel art RPG, help clean up a forensic nightmare, and then we are heading to an update from a mystical masterpiece from one of our Best of the Mix 2020 award winners. Grab your hazmat suit, Alex.
Oh, why?
Because we're about to go in and get grimy.
Let's do it.
Not impressed.
Kind of thing.
It's ugly, it's hard to follow.
Bats. Hello, Felly. You are very much in time for, bloody indie games, I guess. That's a good emote.
Cautiously step away from the friend.
Dev trash. I
Hello, my
feel
name
like
is
that
Yatin
name
Glowacki,
doesn't
and I'm
fit
the
with
head
what
of
we
company
just saw.
development at Broad Distance. We're established by
Jackek,
we've just celebrated
fix your
our
mic,
12th
mate.
birthday. Our goal right now is to become
get
a
out of my
fully
left
realized
ear.
AA studio. My name is Krzysztof Zięba. I'm a writer and game designer at Broad Distance. We make games with unique stories and visual styles, excellent
How did
soundtracks
nobody
and
just
captivating gameplay.
copy over
We
the
are
left
not far
channel
from
to the
Final
right
Fantasy
channel?
titles and Serial Cleaner.
Hang
Our
on,
next
let
game
me
is a
fix
sequel,
this.
Serial Cleaners, a stealth action crime story set in 90s NYC.
My name is Mickey Maika, and I lead a team
There we
of
go,
30
now it's
amazing
stereo.
game developers currently working on
I had to
two
fix it
projects.
myself.
Serial Cleaners is our biggest one so far, and it's set to launch later this year.
If you're not gonna make your stream stereo, I'll do it myself.
Join us on our adventure to the 90s.
Mono.
Well, the stream output is stereo, so... Okay, now we're back to proper stereo. I vaguely remember Serial Cleaners. Why is this vacuum cleaner full of blood? Oh, this game. It's been a while.
Hello, we are Monaco, and we're a small, very small studio from Cologne in Germany. And what you see before you is our very first game, a cinematic platformer called White Shadows.
So White Shadows is basically a modern Fable. It drops you off in this huge, weird, vertical world that is...
Wow, having a shirt with a load of pride flags on counters queer themes.
The wolves and they're in charge, and then there's the pigs and the sheep.
The game
who do
itself
all the
isn't
work,
queer
and then
themed,
there's
I
the
don't think.
birds who are, or at least so they say, to
Also,
blame
wow,
for
this is the
everything
first
that
instance of bleep.
And then there's you, little raven girl.
I think I
trying
did
to
put
change
bleep
all
on the
that.
bingo board.
So basically, this game is not really a puzzle platformer, it's more of a trip.
Somebody is edgy and gets censored, I believe that.
And if you
what
imagine
bleeped that
inside
is,
in Tim
yes.
Burton having a really mean, weird little...
Yeah, that
building
counts as
all
somebody
the
is edgy and gets
1994, then you have
censored.
the game.
It's black and white, it's dark.
Bingo.
A lot of stuff that is in our world today.
Albeit on a board that I've already got a bingo.
We, as the developers, think that's really funny, but people who've played it tell us that it's really, really dark. So, you be the judge of that.
But yeah, this game looks cool. I remember adding it to my wishlist when it was revealed. Also, this is most likely going to get content ID'd on YouTube, so...
Exclusive.
Even the public domain tunes get content ID'd.
Yeah, it's the performance that is copyrighted.
माँ दुर्गा, मुझे आपकी जरूरत है।
Isn't this game already out?
Yeah.
अपने दिल की सुनो राजी, तुम्हें शक्ति मिल जाएगी। लड़ो
I guess it got a Hindi dub?
योद्धा बनो।
The Enhanced Edition.
Yeah, shout out to Raji. Congrats on winning Best of the Mix 2020. Such an awesome studio out of India, you know. Also, Bats is looking mad slick, if I don't say so myself. You know what I mean? But yeah, before we move on to the next segment, we want to say thanks to our broadcasting partners, Twitch, Steam, IGN, and
You already did this.
GameSpot. Thank you guys for all your help in hosting the stream.
Yep. And also, don't forget to check out the Guerrilla Collective event page on Steam to wishlist the games.
Guess they got to give a
demos
heads up to any
from
new
this event,
viewers.
as well as from Wholesome Direct, which is coming up next. We have a link on the Guerrilla Collective website, guerrillacollective.com.
Are they doing the Wholesome
Up
Games
next, we're gonna
stream
connect with
on
our
the...
friends at Tiny Build. We're doing gargantuan things with really creative indie developers. Let's creep around the corner and say hello to our neighbor devs working with Tiny Build to
Oh, it's neighbor time.
they have cooking up. Word.
This still counts as the Guerrilla Collective. It's still on their... it's still on their Twitch channel.
This is my game. Despot's game. I will give you a group of puny humans, and you will lead them to the end of the dungeon. If you can get past my cute little robots, zombie wombies, and flesh-eating cabbage wabbages.
No, flesh-eating cabbage wabbages.
Despot's game is a roguelike auto-battler. That means that all the fighting happens automatically. It also means permadeath and randomly generated dungeons. In order to win, your humans will need weapons, or whatever you can find to use as a weapon. Combine different kinds of dumb items to create your own dumb army. Your army needs to be positioned, fed, and genetically modified. Just don't get too attached to your little humans. They'll be dropping like flies. Let me tell you a little secret. If you make it far enough in the dungeon, you'll get the chance to fight other players!
Now I've lost all interest.
I came up with this in order to raise a perfect army of mutated humans capable of conquering the universe, right? Wrong. I simply enjoy watching pathetic humans hit each other with refrigerators. You're in Despot's game now! Comfy Games bears no responsibility for salty tears, broken keyboards, busted screens, or therapy expenses due to the effects of extended gaming sessions. Not recommended for use by children, pregnant women, or people who have loud conversations on their phones in public.
It's potion craft. Oh, Norman.
This is Dustin. And this is Eric from Animal. And we're the creators of Ramen. Along with our extremely small team of passionate individuals, we're really excited to get this out to you.
Ramen's a food fighting arena game with a bunch of quirks and twists.
And today we're going to show you one of our favorite game modes, along with a new work in progress mode that we've been working on.
So let's start with the meatball mode.
Yeah, and meatball mode, it's all about putting the meat in the hole, the goal hole. You gotta jump in and take control.
Like, what does that mean? It sounds good, but what does that mean?
Well, it's, you know, it's basically...
Does a bunch of burly men putting meat in a hole count as queer themes?
Into a giant meatball, take control of it, roll around, charge it up, and shoot it into various goal locations throughout the map. All while basically avoiding enemies and the onslaught of food that they throw at you.
We've had both a no and a yes from the chat.
Boba Ball is one of our newest work-in-progress game modes, but still a ton of fun. Players are now packing a Boba Blaster that shoots Boba Balls at a giant Boba Ball.
Work together with your taste buds to blast the giant Boba Ball into the opposing team's goal. But look,
it's
don't
Mappy!
count in this mode, so prioritize getting the giant ball from A to B. But a few balls to the face never hurt anyone, so blast your foes to keep them from gaining control of the ball.
I looked at the chat, I saw.
Okay, bros, I guess. Wait, what's this written down about meat chassis?
We wrote that?
Yeah, it says, say something about meat chassis.
Oh, yeah, the old bag of meat and bones. You know, the players, the soup saviors. Players can customize their character almost however they want within our high-fashion, highly polished configurator zone.
Alright, well, within this configurator zone thing, when it comes to fashion, we got you covered with a trunk full of different culinary styles, vibes, and drips. Your soup slinger is yours to design and decorate. Honestly, the world is your oyster. Decorate to your heart's content.
Oh, and don't forget your old pop pal. I think it's time we wrap it up here.
Yeah, good idea. Thanks for tuning in to watch our video and giving us the opportunity to talk your ears off about ramen. Pretty excited about it.
Oh, and that being said, be sure to hop into our Discord so you can be part of the playtest and help us perfect the recipe of ramen.
Yeah, we hope you get a chance to play. We really appreciate all the support y'all have shown over the course of development. It really means a lot and motivates us. Bye. Thanks for stopping by.
I'm in too many Discord servers to try any more games. Normalize the audio! Even.
appreciate. Have a happy humble day.
Sure.
I don't really have any other comment for that one. And here's Neighbor.
Here he is.
Goodbye, Neighbor.
Meet the creepy, AI-driven Mr. Peterson. This character
he's
has
called
one
Mr.
mission,
Neighbor.
keeping you from discovering his secrets. Hello, and welcome to Hello Neighbor 2. In this game, you'll be playing as a local journalist named Quentin, who is suspicious of his creepy neighbor, Mr. Peterson. For those new to the Hello Neighbor franchise, this is Raven Brooks, the sort of town where everyone keeps to themselves and goes about their lives.
Oh,
Normally, you would too,
governor.
except a bunch of people have gone missing. And there's just something strange about your neighbor, Mr. Peterson. Everyone is afraid of him. There have been rumors of children going to his house and never being heard from again. Some people
You're
say
referring to the
he
regular
likes to
show
lock people
episode,
up
I
in his
appreciate
basement.
that.
But no one has any proof. So people just try to avoid Mr. Peterson, his odd house, and ignore the strange sounds coming from his basement at night. You have a feeling that Mr. Peterson is behind all of the neighborhood disappearances, but no one believes in your ideas and theories. And while you normally wouldn't break into someone's house, you're the only one who believes something is wrong and has the guts to uncover the truth. When you break into Mr. Peterson's house, you'll be going against an AI that is constantly evolving. Our goal for Hello Neighbor 2 is to provide unique player experiences. This is an experience that is driven by the community. Mr. Peterson's behavior is a combination of a neural network and algorithms that allow him to constantly learn from his experiences with everyone who plays our game. It begins with the collection of player activity. Mr. Peterson takes note of player behavior, whether or not most players are likely to hide in a closet, use a certain escape route, or certain objects. As time progresses and he learns, Mr. Peterson's behavior may change and surprise you. How Mr. Peterson plays in one encounter with you might be different from the next, all due to his encounters with the game's community as a whole. In this way, the community's experience with Mr. Peterson changes over time, allowing for an AI that is developed through community actions,
Okay, but
replayability,
aren't you
and
basically
great
just
stories of
creating a
neighborhood
Mr.
shenanigans?
Peterson that can never
But
be
these new
beaten?
experiences go beyond Mr. Peterson. In Hello Neighbor 2, players
To
can
an
interact with
extent.
all characters in Raven Brooks, and these characters share the same AI core, but behave differently and have their own stories for you to discover.
Not even just as
So
you
while you
play,
might
as
think
the
you're just
entire
playing the
community
game,
plays.
You're really
That
contributing
just
to the
means
development
the
and
more people who
improvement of
play it,
Mr.
the more
Peterson's
difficult the
AI.
game and probably more inaccessible the game is going to be to people.
We hope this presentation of our AI and
Yay!
development gives you an idea of what to
Algorithms
expect
and
in Hello Neighbor
AI.
2. If you'd like to try an early access version of Hello Neighbor 2, you can wishlist the game on Steam and check out our alphas on the Microsoft Store. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the neighborhood.
Community-driven AI is not a good thing.
Ahoy, sailors! Not this again. Trash sailors! Pirate guy.
Like, you should develop an AI
knows that
to
the
an
real
extent
treasure
and
is
then
friendship.
stop the AI learning once it's learned enough.
Just kidding. It's trash! I love you, trash.
The neighbour is not Tim Schafer.
Fuel, building materials, and weapons! Seriously, just stuff in as much trash as you can and let her rip!
Does this count as fishing game? I'm not sure it counts as fishing game.
I don't think this is a fishing game.
Not sure you can fish if it's not fish you're reeling in.
Hit 'em with all you got. Too many greedy lovers want to get their hands on our marvelous, beautiful trash.
No. You're pulling up rubbish. At the best, you're trashing.
Carefully. Oh, and don't forget to fix anything that breaks.
Fishing is the process of catching fish.
If your enemies get close and the good old ship's cannons aren't enough, try the newfangled trash technology. You have countless aces up your sleeve. Use anything you get your hands on. They want to steal our trash? Let them try. We'll hit them with everything we got.
But can you actually catch fish in that game? I don't think you can.
Shout out to
They're also
Tiny
using
Bill
grappling
for
hooks,
producing
not
and
fishing hooks.
publishing Some of the most amazing indie titles coming out. Ramen is looking real fantastic.
Yep. And for our Guerrilla Collective 2 finale, we're going to head out with an exclusive, humbling conversation.
Look, I would love for it to be a fishing game, because that would give me a bingo, but it wasn't.
Some fun and upbeat games, as well as take a trip back to the arcade with some fun retro throwback games.
And before we finish everything up, we are also going to go to an exclusive interview with our friends at Limited Run Games. Let's rock. Welcome back to the Guerrilla Collective. We have Marcus Bromander and Adriel Wallach from the Inner Sloth dev team. Super happy to have you guys.
I guess this is
hopping on
technically the
Guerrilla Collective
post-show
for an
now.
Interview. Tell us about yourselves.
Hey, I'm Marcus, also known as Puffballs United. I'm one of the co-founders of Inner Sloth. I worked on a lot of the art, the sound design, game design, and miscellaneous other spots in the game, but no coding.
Among you?
Hi, I am Adriel. I'm the lead programmer at Inner Sloth, which means I live in the code, I make a bunch of lists, I tell the other programmers what to do, and I fix bugs.
I want to talk to you a little bit about the team and go into what you have in store for the game. But first, I want to ask you a couple of questions about the team and how you're moving forward. So
first of all, for people who don't know, where did your studio name Innersloth come from, and who is repping the team?
So when we first formed our company, me and Forrest, we were trying to come up with a name, and we were kind of just stuck. So we went on a random name generation site and just like clicked through, and Innersloth just kind of felt.
Oh, has Wholesome Direct
for me,
started?
It was like,
are they actually hosting
I have
that on
the
a different channel?
motivation to make stuff, but like the inside of me is kind of lazy, kind of it's hard to get motivated sometimes. So that the
No,
sloth
Twitch Gaming
really
is still on.
stuck to me there.
You know, some people think
It's
that
still on
success is
Guerrilla
overnight,
Collective.
but you have all been grinding to make things happen with such a small team. What have some of the challenges been during?
I would say.
Let me check
just in
YouTube. It
general,
might be
going
on
from
YouTube.
3 people to we're at 8 now, I think.
Games Radar says at
It's
6
such a
p.m.
different
BST.
Work environment completely.
Did you get GMT and BST mixed up
Getting everyone
again?
on the same page is something that's we're still learning how to do. Meetings
Daylight
have to start
savings is
happening.
bullshit.
You can't just tell. I'm used to telling
Yeah, hold
one
on. It was
person,
marked.
and then
Did I
things
mark
go
it
from there. And
on
now I have to make
Wholesome?
sure.
Yeah,
tell
I have
everyone,
Wholesome
and-
Direct
and
marked as 6
I have to
o'clock on
learn
my
how to write
schedule.
design
Yes,
docs.
check my schedule.
Have it in my head.
Don't check your own schedule. Check my schedule.
And you've been like an integral part of the indie community with helping out early on, you know, with the mega booth, and then really orchestrating Train Jam, and been involved in so many projects. How has it like? I understand how you kind of joined the team. How has it been on the opposite end of like, you know, communicating with Marcus and everybody on the team?
It's been fun. It's been fun to be sort of in that transition from the small team to what is quote unquote the larger team now. Not that 8 is huge or anything, but I was the 5th person, so I was like right at that tipping point from it being small enough where you could just tell one person one thing and then everybody knows everything, to now it's like we have to make sure we're tagging all the right people in our work channels and like getting information out. And yeah, I came on towards the end of last year through a mutual friend who was like, hey, Innersloth needs more programmers, you know, because at that point it was just Forrest as the programmer, and I was like, all right, I'm in. And then yeah, rest is history. But it's been really fun getting to sort of grow the programming team as well, and take at least some of the pressure off of Forrest to be the only person doing that kind of stuff, and being able to do more output and get things out there faster.
So you've had like, you know, notable celebrities. You've had AOC, just mad people streaming it, and now it's really ingrained into pop culture. What are some of the most surreal, defining moments that have been heartwarming or have left an impact on the team since its original release until now?
Just all of the like the fan art that comes in, and all the like fan animations, fan like music videos, remixes, just so much amazing stuff. We have a channel in our Discord that we just post all
I
this
think
stuff,
this is
and
the
it's
Guerrilla
just,
Collective
like,
post
empowering,
show.
gives us motivation to keep going.
You know, you've really been maintaining the life of the game with really interesting.
I'm not entirely
updates
sure if they
and
do
drops.
actually have anything else to
What
show.
can you share with everyone on Twitch watching during the Guerrilla Collective that is next for Among Us?
But yeah, we do have 15 players coming, which means we do need more colors because there's only 12 in the
Post
game.
show basically means interviews, I guess.
And so we're going to add 6 new colors. I don't know if that's been announced, but
I feel like we could say that we did at one point have a color named Barf that is not
That's
going
true.
to be released. So
What is that? Like, it's like a speckled yellow or something?
like
It
a
was
greenish yellow.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
imagine mashed up peas, like mashed up peas that you would feed a baby.
Wow.
Or like the barf emoji, just that color.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I for one am disappointed that we don't have Barf in the game, but
Me too. I was a big champion for barf.
Barf
yeah.
is sus.
Bring back Barf.
So no barf?
No barf.
How do you come up with like, because it seems interesting that you're just talking about, you know, having the barf colors. How do you come up, you know, with these these different designs and ideas?
The colors are super hard. We're trying to move away from having colors be the main identifier for each character.
Cool.
So we want to lean more into cosmetics and names. So, but we still want to make them, at least to begin with, make them as distinct as possible. So I have to like pull up all the colors we have and then think about like, look at the color wheel and go, okay, maybe we don't have anything in this little zone. I'll try something here. And I compare them together and it's like, this one does look really similar to blue, or like I could see this one getting mixed up with purple or something. But eventually we're just gonna have to kind of move away from that and not worry about it as much.
It's awesome to have you guys. Thank you guys for, joining us for this. Is there anything that you want to tell the fans? Because there's going to be a lot of people probably watching this who want to know about something straight from the team.
I mean, just thank you. That's the one that's just always there. Thank you for playing. Thank you for liking the game.
Yeah, it's kind of.
Yeah, it's a Mogus.
It's mind-boggling to be working on a game that this many people play.
They're having an interview with the
such
sus.
Enjoyment out. Like I get texts from friends who are like, "Oh, my 12-year-old was playing with his friends and was bragging about knowing that his mom knows you," and I'm just like, "Aw."
That is awesome. But yeah, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it. It's been amazing. And we'll talk to you later.
Thank you.
Keep an eye out though, because we might have a nervous developer on cam for the bingo board.
What's this?
Actually, what is this?
It's some sort of casino sim. Some sort of furry casino sim. A raccoon spotted.
Aha. Blooming Business Casino. There's going to be a demo in the Steam Next Fest. Okay, so I guess we are just still doing Guerrilla Collective stuff. This isn't just a post-show.
I mean, considering how many pre-shows are during E3 are just here are more announcements, a post-show could just as easily be here are a bunch of announcements. Also, is this more fake stop motion? Why is stop motion the aesthetic everyone's going for this year? It's fake Lego stop motion. That's what it is.
Robodunk. Very much does look like it has that stop motion style to
For
it.
the moment you've all been waiting for. King of the Hat is coming to Steam. King of the Hat is coming to the moment you've all been waiting for. Which means that you can wishlist the game. If you wishlist the game right now, you can win. You can win a washing machine.
Gimme.
Success. And if you wishlist the game right now, you can win a sticker.
Damn.
Oh my god! Wow! Which is the game? You might be entered into a contest. You might be able to spin every wheel. Wishlist the game. Open up Steam. Hit the button. Do it for
I'm not gonna
yourself.
wishlist the game. There's not even a real washing machine.
Win!
You've given me no reason to want this game.
Have some.
It was exclusive to the Discord game store, according to Muware.
Oh.
This game doesn't look like it controls very well.
No, the physics are completely off, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. Like, I can just see it without even playing it.
Weirdly floaty. I think the point is that Venice is underwater, it's just they keep building more on top of the existing buildings.
Oh, it's this game again. This was shown off during the Day of the Devs showcase a couple of days ago.
I guess the difference between the first half and the second half is that there aren't presenters.
I guess. So isn't this game out already? I remember seeing this on the eShop. I've forgotten the name of it. That's the one, Kitsune Tales. Also, that also counts as Raccoon Spotted again.
Crime is illegal.
Well, not anymore, thanks to Whitewater Wipeout by Chuhai Labs.
Also, isn't Kitsune Tales queer?
The cool crime of surfing.
I
featuring
don't know.
Pure
Also, hello
Nar
Playdate.
style
It's a
and
Playdate
conviction.
game.
What does that even mean?
It's a Playdate game.
Yeah, Jeff?
I just said that.
Yeah, I'm on set. I have no idea what the script is. No.
Yep. Steam lists Kitsune Tales as LGBTQ+.
Okay, that's queer themes then.
At King Wash Laundry, we pride ourselves on
this game.
providing years of garment cleaning
This is
excellence. Our customers
Is this
come
the
for
arcade
the top
game?
of the line
The one where you
deluxe
make an
washing
arcade.
machines, but they stay for our professional service. Now pick up the
Or am I thinking of
clothes
something
and
else?
load them into an empty machine. Wait a few minutes, then transfer to a dryer. While you're waiting, make sure to pick up discarded coffee cups and throw them in the trash. Thank you for choosing Arcade.
Yeah, this is the Arcade Tycoon
Want to
game.
level up your takings and grow your arcade? Just follow our simple 3-step plan. 1. Play your new game and set a killer high score. 2. Now watch as customers drop quarters trying to beat your score while you sit back and make fat profits. 3.
This is Vaporwave aesthetics,
Brand
yes.
new cabinet from Arcade Mania. Just use your personal computer to surf the internet, and you can order online. Now just wait for your new purchase to arrive and do it all again. Play, profit, purchase. Play, profit, purchase. Play, profit, pest control, purchase.
I genuinely do want to play this one though.
Grow and expand into a glorious arcade paradise full of
Vaporwave isn't grimy.
good luck, and always choose Arcade Mania. Always use the brush for particularly stubborn waste matter. All that remains to be said is,
Okay,
welcome
yeah,
to
Synthwave and
King Wash Laundry.
Vaporwave are two different things. Although that... It's weird because there's like some crossover between the general
with
aesthetic.
Douglas
It's all,
Bogart
like,
from Limited Run Games. What is happening, Doug?
Not much, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, for sure, man. Like, it's so awesome that Limited Run, you know, has reached its 5-year anniversary. Can you tell the people about Limited Run Games? If you know, folks that aren't familiar with it.
Yeah, so Limited Run Games, I started the company with my co-founder Josh Fairhurst. We started in
I mean, I thought
October
Vaporwave
2015
was
as a
the
response to,
music genre,
his
like,
dev
well,
company,
it's
Mighty
just
Rabbit
pop
Studios,
music
having
slowed
trouble
down.
staying in business. We were off a big project and we didn't have a whole lot.
The Vaporwave aesthetic is more about
His biggest thing
kind
was we
of
had one game on
surreal visions of late 80s, early 90s capitalism taken to kind of the blandest extremes.
Kind of
so
blossomed from there, you know, got contacted by Epic,
endless
Oddworld,
pink and blue malls full of identical palm trees, that sort of thing.
700, 800 individual releases now.
That
been
is
wild.
super crazy, man. Like, what is like one of the highlight?
Ark, why did you put Vaporwave on the bingo board?
your
We're
career
just
in
starting an
Limited Run
argument
Games?
about it now.
What you've done.
I was gonna put a few other aesthetics,
We
but
had like a wish list of things we wanted to do originally.
Look,
and
I-
we ended up doing all of
I
them,
haven't
but,
been
like,
sleeping
probably some
well.
of the biggest things is Scott Pilgrim, because that was like
yes.
one of the founding
sure.
pillars of what we wanted to do. And then for personally, like working with Suda on No More Heroes was a huge deal for me. Working with John Romero on Sigil, doing Command and Conquer with EA. We've just done a whole lot of cool stuff that I never thought.
We're just having fun here. If you think it's
Heroes I've
Vaporwave,
always
tick
had,
the
and
Vaporwave
it's like-
box.
I don't know. Oh, the Jay and Silent Bob game is a huge deal for me. Like, you know, without Kevin Smith, Josh and I would never have amended a friendship that we had briefly broken up when we were young. So.
You know, what I think is really interesting is just your idea of doing things in that, you know, in a limited quantity. Can you kind of talk about like how, like what kind of different packages that you guys put together?
Yeah, so when Limited Run started off, we were definitely very limited, and the reasoning for that was, one, it costs a lot of money and resources to do it, and we didn't want to be stuck with overstock because we can't afford to just sit on a product that takes years to sell out.
Yeah, for sure.
We started off with limited stuff, and as we got bigger, we decided with Switch, like, hey, we have no idea what the audience is here. Why don't we try open pre-orders? And that worked out really well. And then with the pandemic hitting, we were like, you know what? Let's just do this
Look.
for most of our stuff going forward. And I think the reception's been.
I've ticked fishing game.
We're limited in
Okay.
like, the amount of time.
I don't want to cause any uproar here.
Which I think is a better approach because it gives people a chance to get it, and it's not so much that like, oh, I missed
That
out.
a fishing game?
I mean, people still miss out.
Shut up.
Now we work with places like Best Buy, Amazon, and GameStop, and some of our games are available at retail, which is another cool thing for our developers because you know, as when you're younger,
I just wanted the bingo board to be a bit of fun. I don't want it to start arguments.
yeah. And then we offer vinyl, we do collector's editions, we do press kits for companies, we do a whole lot of stuff now that's pretty amazing. We're always looking to expand. We're doing the retro stuff like we did for Jay and Silent Bob. Yeah, it's awesome. I'm really happy with the stuff we've been able to do. Pretty much any idea here, you know, if an employee or coworker has an idea, it's like, why don't we run with it and see what happens? And just test it out, because you know what? If you like it, maybe there's an audience for it.
I mean, when Vaporwave was
have an
really
event coming
popular,
up. Can you plug it
like
real
when it
quick?
was
I
when
want-
it
I
was
think
when it
everybody
reached
should
meme
watch it.
status, basically,
Talk about
Yeah,
your
we're doing
upcoming
the
our-
word
releases and stuff.
aesthetic basically
Doing our own
defaulted to
presentation called
Vaporwave.
LRG3. It's going to be on June 14th at 4 p.m. Eastern. And we got a whole bunch of cool games in the lineup that we're excited about. The show's being produced
If somebody
by
said the word
Mega
aesthetic,
64 on his own. So it's going to be, it's got the same.
everybody would just go,
And I don't know. we just
Macintosh
watched
Plus,
actually the draft of the
Vaporwave.
show, and it's really funny, and I'm kind of shocked actually that it came together so well.
That is so awesome. I hope everybody could check that out. You know, where can we find you? More information about limited run games and everything that you guys are doing.
Yeah, go to our website, limitedrungames.com. There's a mailing list option. Our Twitter, we update frequently at Limited Run Games.
I just got an email saying that the E3 main stage stream has started.
Any website you go to, just add /Limited Run Games. You might find us. I think at one point we even had like a Tumblr account, so we were
Nice.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Maybe a Pinterest account. I don't know.
Dope. Well, thank you
Probably
so
a
much,
countdown.
Doug. It's awesome to see you guys flourish. Happy 5th anniversary.
I clicked on the link and it says
everybody go
SVG
check
not
out
available, JavaScript
LRG3,
blocked.
right?
Yep. Thank you so much.
For sure. Talk to you later.
Sure.
Later, man.
The Innersloth team was so humble, and they've had such a great journey. Congrats to them. Also, Limited Run Games coming up on their 6th year. They've been 5 years strong, working with indie developers to get their games out in a limited capacity in a physical kind of space, So many great games and devs that have blessed the Guerrilla Collective this year.
There's a
Shout out to
poll
them, and
on the E3 Twitch channel running,
Yes,
and
be
it
sure
says
to check out
this.
the Guerrilla Collective event page on Steam, where you can learn more about these games, buy the games that are available now, or add the games to your wish list for the games that have not been released yet. Wish lists help, so do it. I've said it before, and I'll say it again.
All of the perfectly acceptable answers.
To making this production possible. Wilmer Sound, of course. Thank you so much, Alex.
Thank you.
It's so great to be in this space. The mixed team, of course, AV Society, Timmy, Code 32, Fully Illustrated, everybody that has contributed. Also, thanks once again to our sponsors and broadcasting partners for their support. GameSpot, Twitch, IGN, and Steam. You guys are awesome for hosting the stream. Also, we want to shout out to our sponsors, Good Shepherd, Humble Games, Tiny Build, PlayStation, Xbox, Kickstarter, Razer, Astro Gaming, our fellow devs and publishers, Two Awesome Studio, Akupara Games, All In Games, Goblin Studio, Graffiti Games, Head Up, Hype Train Digital, Neon Doctrine, Raw Fury, Thunderful, and Whitethorn Games. That wraps up the Guerrilla Collective 2. Such a fun time with developers worldwide and awesome partners. Thank you for joining us. We truly appreciate it.
Yes, and before we head out, we're going to show the Wholesome Direct trailer and come back with our friend, Jenny Wyndham.
Stay tuned.
Well, here's what's coming up with Wholesome Direct, I guess.
Here's the question. Does footage of a fishing game on the trailer for the Wholesome Direct that is shown on the Guerrilla Direct count as fishing game?
So I'm guessing we're probably going to have about half an hour of downtime before the next
Such a cozy
showcase.
and warm trailer. That was very nice.
It depends how long they plan on dragging this stream out
We
for.
have our friend Jenny Wyndham, aka Kim Chica, on the line to get started with the Wholesome Direct. Hey Jenny, how is it going?
Yes.
Okay,
thanks,
I guess
Justin,
it's just
and
interview time.
Everyone at the Guerrilla Collective. Also, congratulations to all of the devs who
Yeti.
showcased. You all did wonderful.
That is
Can't wait
definitely
to
a
play all of your
Yeti.
games.
I should have made Yeti
and yeah, stick
an entry
around.
on the
We have
board.
Wholesome Direct coming up with new game announcements, exclusive footage, developer interviews, and it's just going to be a wonderfully cozy time.
Okay, see ya,
So hope
puppy.
you all enjoy it.
I believe the E3 main stage stream is starting like
That wraps up the Guerrilla
at the same
Collective
time as
2.
Wholesome
I'm
Direct,
host
so
Justin Woodward with
Alex Wilmer.
Make sure to follow us on Twitter at
But
Guerrilla Collect.
who cares about the E3 main stage stream when we
and
have
on all
wholesome
other social media
games?
platforms at Guerrilla
Thanks,
Collective. You
Poppy.
can check out the mix at Indie Exchange on Twitter and everywhere else at Media Indie Exchange. Stay tuned for Wholesome Direct. We will see you all soon.
I hope I'm not making you miss anything you don't want to miss.
They were saying earlier that they weren't really too interested in watching the Wholesome Direct anyway, so... Also, since this stream... I'll wait until the stream goes offline, and then I'm going to cut to a BRB, so then I can cut up the... So then I can cut up the VOD into different segments later on. Actually, what is this? Is this just a logo? So there's their logo.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, just a stay tuned thing. Okay, so if you're watching the VOD on YouTube, see you. Goodbye. The VOD is going to end here, and I will be back for Wholesome Direct in half an hour. So we have half an hour to kill.
Goodbye, VOD people.